The 5 best and 5 worst states to retire in for 2025. I got this all from a website called Hometalk, and they've got some kind of controversial picks, if you ask me. What they're looking at is they're taking into account population, taxes and economy, and what it offers seniors. And once I get through the list, you'll see they're kind of fixated on the cold, not so much the heat in some of these places. Leave me some comments, guys, if you live in any of these states I'm mentioning, or if you agree or disagree with this. So we'll start with the worst. The 5th worst state to retire to, according to Hometalk, is Connecticut. It offers beautiful small towns, but the cost of living is 24% higher than the U.S. average. They also have high taxes. Connecticut. Any of you guys live in Connecticut? Any of you retirees or people haven't retired yet? Let me know. I've never been there. I have nothing to compare it to, but yes, I've heard it can be kind of expensive. That's about all I know. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. The 4th worst place to retire, Alaska. Cost of living, 32% above the average, but they do have low taxes. There is no sales tax in Alaska. In addition to that, they have extremely cold winters and dangerous, dare I say, dangerous living conditions. Never been to Alaska. Yeah, I've heard stories about the winter though. Yeah. Is it the worst? Depends. All these lists, I mean, they're so subjective, right? They depend on what you want to get out of retirement, guys. So any of these states I put on here, the worst or the best, let me know what your thoughts are, because it totally depends. You know, some people might find a positive where other people find a negative, right? Hey, for those of you seeing me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a channel for retiring on moderate income and how to optimize that. If you're thinking about it like that, think about subscribing and like the video as well. And if you really like it, down below, you can either buy me a coffee or you can buy my new thriller/dark comedy, The Monster Who Loves Me. I'll put the links down below. The 3rd worst state. Sorry, my allergies are killing me up here today. It's about 72 on January 22nd. Awesome. And I don't know if you guys can see behind me though. The lake. We hardly ever get reflections of the hills off the lake because it's usually very windy up here. Amazing. Just an amazing shot. The 3rd worst state to retire to is Massachusetts. High healthcare costs, and again, very cold winter. Okay, when you retire, yeah, healthcare is a big issue. Can be, right? Depending on how well off you are. For those of us on moderate income, healthcare is definitely a top 3 decision on probably where to retire to. Now, where I retire to here, out in the high desert, there is a urgent care facility about 2 miles from me. But the closest emergency room is all the way on the other side. There is a part of the lake that goes behind that hill, all the way behind that. It's about 13 miles from me. That's where the emergency room is, okay? So, easy access, depending on what your ailment is, I guess. Okay, here we go. The 2nd worst state to retire to, California. I disagree highly. If you live in Southern California, you can do anything you want to do within basically about an hour's drive. In the winter, drive up an hour, hour and a half, you can ski. Summer, winter, drive less than an hour, 30 minutes, depending on where you are, you can go to the beach. There's culture, all the kinds of culture up the wazoo, all kinds of culture you want. Various wide ethnicities that expose you to a bunch of different living conditions, which I find amazing. So for me, I love California. Here's their reason for putting it the 2nd worst though. Yes, it does offer something for everyone, but it is the 2nd most expensive state to live in, and it is very crowded in certain areas of the state. Yes. One thing about California though, if you want to get out of the crowd Hey, I'm an hour plus outside of Los Angeles in a very rural area. You can get away. Parts of Northern California are beautiful, beautiful, and not very densely populated. Depends on what you want, guys. I love California, so I disagree. The the most, the most worst, the worst state to retire to, according to Hometalk, is Hawaii. Yes, it's a paradise, right? It's an absolute paradise. I've been there once. Yeah, just once. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. But the cost of living is 87% more than the US average. And depending on where you are, it can be very overcrowded in areas. Again, depends on what you're looking for, right? If you are, let's say, much more than moderate income retirement, Hawaii might be great for you. But yes, very, very expensive. So let's get to the best. What are the best states? Number 5, and I'll go from 5 down to the very best state. Number 5, Mississippi. Okay, here's the reasoning. They have a very low cost of living. The taxes are also very low, but there is also low senior income in the state. Okay, Mississippi, never been there. For those of you that live there, let me know the positives for it. All I can think of when I think of Mississippi is high humidity and heat, right? As you can tell from where I live, I am anti-humidity guy. I love the dry heat. I love it. You could be different. Let me know your thoughts. The fourth best state, Indiana. The cost of living is 15% lower than the U.S. average. It offers a big city and a slower rural life areas as well. It does have cold winters though. Okay, here we go again. They're fixated on the cold and not the heat, right? Okay, never been to Indiana. My good buddy Joe Kuhn lives there. I think he's lived there his whole life, so he must love it. Joe, if you're watching this, give me some positives for Indiana. I've never been there. Oh, yeah, I am sorry. What am I thinking? When I was 4 years old, I was in Indiana for 9 months. My dad was getting his master's degree. What am I thinking? Of course, I was 4 years old. The only thing I can remember is walking down a small creek that had ice on it. That was a pretty cool experience. What am I thinking, man? I'm putting these lists together and I'm not even thinking. What is wrong with you, Duane? The third best state, Oklahoma, has low taxes and a low cost of living. Healthcare may be an issue for seniors, though. How about tornadoes? How about tornadoes, man? Yeah, I mean, for those of you that live there, you're probably used to all that stuff. But for someone like me, hey, I'm used to fires. I'm used to earthquakes. Tornadoes? More tornadoes than hurricanes, but both of those still freak me out. I don't know if I'd be going to Oklahoma anytime soon. Those of you who live there or have been there, hey, disagree with me. Let me hear about it. The second best state to retire to, West Virginia. The cost of living is 17% less than the U.S. average. Plenty of beautiful mountain areas, but the seniors that reside there, pretty low income. Okay, as you can tell probably already from this list, they are concentrating on population, taxes and economy, and what it offers seniors. That's about it. Okay, so it seems a lot of this is based on cost of living. Great. That is a big concern. And oh my God, here we go. Don't sneeze. Allergies kicking my butt today. So yeah, that is a big concern, cost of living. But is that the only concern? No. There are lots of other ones. So to me, this is I'd say a medium level controversial list. And, okay, I know you'll have comments on this. According to Hometalk, the best state to retire to in 2025 is Arkansas. Great outdoor opportunities, 17% lower cost of living than the U.S. average, and only 3.1 million live in the state. Okay, I've never been to Arkansas. I have no opinion on it. I really don't. I don't hear too much bad or too much good. What's going on over here, man? People cutting brush. I don't have an opinion on that. For those of you that live in Arkansas, have been to Arkansas, vacation to Arkansas, let me know your thoughts. Because I can't give you a yes or no, but to list it number one, okay, based on their criteria, I guess. But there you go, guys. There, according to Hometalk, there's their 5 best and 5 worst places to retire to in 2025. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, from the lovely, non-windy high desert today, as always, we got this.